What's going on, guys? Welcome back to our channel. We are Downright Random. I am Mike. This is Janine.
Hey.
And we are your host people for the day. So there's no one else.
Yeah.
Why do you look sad?
Host people.
Host people. What are they supposed to be?
I don't know.
Your hosts.
Hosts with the moose. That's what you said last time.
I don't know what I said last time.
Oh, man.
I'm crazy. So I don't know what I said. But you look sad. I don't know why you look sad, though. Because I said it and you're like...
It was more like confusion. Like host people. Yeah.
Host people?
Yeah.
Because you don't know what people are?
I know what the hell people are. But it was the way you said it. Host people. Not just like hosts for today. Sorry.
We are your hosts for today. And tomorrow and the day after. Right?
And the day after tomorrow.
Yep. Day after tomorrow. After the world is gone. But anyways, guys, I don't know. Is your phone down?
My phone is down.
Mine isn't. I didn't turn my phone down. Now it is. What's going on, guys? Welcome to Downright Random. I am Mike. This is Janine. We are your hosts for today and Friday and Saturday and Monday. And we may have some cool stuff coming up fairly soon as well. Yeah. We were in talks today with some important people, and we got some fun stuff coming up possibly. Yeah. So
definitely.
It's like a cross of brains, of minds, if you want to say it. But
mind freak. I was kidding.
That was kind of loud. Okay, but we got some cool stuff coming up hopefully, and so we're just going to get into our normal thing today, which is just randomness, which is just everywhere. We don't know where we go. We start somewhere and then we go somewhere else.
Yep.
It's like that's being in a madhouse.
Yeah. Yeah.
Pretty much. But so we were watching, I don't know what we were watching. We were watching a really bad movie. Mm-hmm. And I think we've talked about like movies before and bad movies, but how do we keep finding these bad movies?
I think that people are really good. Okay, there's two things. People are really good at trailers. But before
we even have a trailer.
Before we even get to the trailer, I think people are really good at selling their idea. Or they have really good connections. That's probably what it is.
Must be.
They have money, they have connections, and so they're able to pitch this idea to somebody, or they just fund it themselves. And because there have been movies like from like a particular like director or something like that, and you may like that director and then they're on like a good role, and then all of a sudden they come out with another movie and you're just like, really, they made that movie? Like, but it's because they've already built up their reputation. Also, they know people want to be in their movies because maybe their last movie was really successful, and then they have really good actors in the movie, or okay, not really good actors, but they probably have like popular names. And so when people see those names, they're like, okay, maybe it's not so cheesy because the cast isn't, like an unknown cast or whatever.
I don't even remember the movie we were just watching. What was it called?
Boot Camp.
Boot Camp.
Yeah, with
Mila Kunis.
Yeah, and Gregory Smith.
I don't know who that is.
He, like I said, he was one of those actors they were trying to make happen, but unfortunately it didn't happen. But and we were talking about, I don't know if we talked about this on a podcast, but I was talking about Jessica Alba because we were watching The Eye, and we were like kind of going through like some of her movies, and I was like, I'm not really a Jessica Alba fan.
And then we started naming some movies,
and we were just like,
what movies have we seen of hers?
And I think it's just one of those things where she's a common name, but I don't really like her as an actress. Like, I don't feel like that's where.
But then how do we know so much about her and we've never, like, we went through her list of movies because and we're like, what have we seen?
They pushed her a lot after that what was it, Deep Blue, the one with Paul Walker. I think a lot of people, and then she was in other,
she was in that one,
and they pushed her a lot, like on MTV and stuff like that. And she's been in other movies alongside other people that were really popular, and so she could have been like doing interviews for those movies also. Like, for example, you forgot she was in Never Been Kissed. Once you said it, I was like, okay, I do remember her in that. So probably in the midst of all the marketing for that, she was there, and so then you kind of get little like information about them. But I don't really think that she's like, I've never watched a Jessica Alba movie, and I'm just like, oh wow, that was a really good, performance. And that's not to say like, whatever. Everybody has their like person or people.
I think there's lots of movies like that we're just like, wow, we watched it and it was so good because it had this person in it. Like, I don't think there's been a movie like that.
No. And same thing with Mila Kunis. I feel the same way. I don't think there's been any movie she kind of comes off a little annoying to me. And it's not to be mean, but I think that the roles that she kind of plays sometimes are kind of like bratty roles, and I just don't like that kind of bratty kind of role, and just kind of like whatever. So once I saw she was in the movie, I was like, oh. And then like it was from 2009, but it seemed like it was like from like the 90s. Yeah. Like the directing just seemed really,
the style of how it was done, and like the coloring. And
it was just
everything.
Really
Maybe
bad.
they just used old cameras from the 90s.
I mean, I don't know, but it's one of those things.
The budget was that low.
We probably got what 15 minutes into it.
Not even a little longer than that, because like
I think I tuned out. At 15.
We probably got like maybe 30 minutes into it, but that was the bad thing, that nothing was happening for like it was like white knuckled thriller, and we're like
it was like these kids that got sent to a boot camp.
They were kidnapped.
From their home.
From their parents' permission. They were kidnapped.
Yeah, that was another thing. They made it seem like they were just randomly kidnapped, but really the parents were sending them because they were like just troubled teens. So it wasn't so no, don't waste your time. Don't even waste your 15 minutes.
It's just so bad.
Yeah.
I don't know.
There are like some people, I think that goes with anything, even like regular like jobs. Like if you have a really good manager, you can probably bring out a lot of like potential in somebody, or a really good teacher or something like that. Because there are some people that they're in another role and you're like, I'm going to watch it because that person was really good in that role. Yeah. And then you see them, and the person that's popping up in my head right now was, the lady who played Lori. I mean, she was okay in Colony. I actually liked her in Colony. I can't remember her name right now. She played Lori in The Walking Dead. But we watched that other movie with her with
The Door in the Woods.
Yeah, something it wasn't Door in the Woods, but it was like some door that she was like, they said don't open it and all this other stuff. If you hear knocking or something. That movie was really weak, and I don't know if it was just a bad script, a bad director, but it like. Even I felt like even she couldn't save it. You know?
But I think there's a lot of actors that are like that. Like, and we make fun of her, and I'm sorry that we do sometimes. But I don't remember her name. But what's her name from Dexter?
Oh, Jennifer Carpenter. Yeah.
She plays the same role in every movie. The crying little whiny woman. Mm-hmm. Like every role. Yeah. Everyone. And it's kind of
it's kind of weird. Like when you go into audition and then you give like a really good audition, do they go, can you be more like Deb from Dexter? And it's like, well, I played that in another show, so I want to try to like, expand my, it's like, yeah, maybe not on this project. On this project, just do more Deb. And it's like, how do they
maybe
feel?
That's just the extent of what she can do.
Yeah. I don't know.
So what is the most underrated movie that you think that you've seen that you think is the most underrated?
I'm trying to think. Like I've seen, man, there was one movie with Paul Schneider that was like a really, they were like counselors in a, it was kind of like an indie film, but they were like counselors or something like that. And it was more like the kind of vibe of movie that I would like. I can't remember the name of it right now because it was a while that I saw it. But I don't know. I can't think of one right off.
I don't even know what movie you're talking about.
Let me see if I can figure it out really quick. I mean, what's a movie for you?
Like one movie for me, but oddly enough, it became like a cult classic, and everyone started talking about it. But before it became that was Donnie Darko.
Oh, okay.
Like that I like that movie. Like I haven't watched in a while. Yeah. But like when I got, it was an indie film, and I got the DVD when it was still an indie film. There was no one had bought it yet. There was no distributor on it, and so I have a DVD copy without a distributor. It's just the random indie movie, and I thought it was great.
Yeah,
I thought it was different. There wasn't anything else like that, and then it got distributed, which is great for the film as actually to get seen and stuff like that. But I don't know, it suddenly became a cult classic, and it became a little annoying that people were trying to push it as hard as it was. But it was a very good movie that I thought was underrated, and I still think it is kind of underrated.
Yeah,
but like unfortunately, they came out with the sequel. It wasn't that good.
I didn't even realize there was a sequel.
We own the sequel.
Did I watch it?
Blu-ray. I don't know.
Oh, okay. I don't think I watched it.
But yeah, it's Donnie Darko 2, and it's
Yeah.
about her sister, or
Oh.
Donnie's sister. It's called S. Darko.
Maybe Paul Schneider wasn't in this movie. Yeah. Okay. Sorry.
But I don't know. I thought that was a very underrated film.
Yeah.
At the time, especially.
I can't think of the name of the movie, but yeah.
You can't find it?
No, I don't think it was Paul Schneider. I think I was thinking of Paul Schneider from Away We Go, and there was another movie. Away We Go. That was one with
That one was pretty good.
yeah, with Maya Rudolph and
John Krasinski.
Yeah, because sometimes Maya Rudolph, she's another one. She can be kind of annoying, and I feel like in that movie though, she was very like she wasn't like annoying, like because they were trying to like deal with real life issues and all this other stuff. So
yeah, it was a good movie.
yeah,
And some of it probably hit close to home on certain things and things like that, but it was a good movie.
yeah.
I'd recommend that one.
Yeah. But as far as like the whole cult classic and then they try to revive it and make like a sequel, usually that it flops.
Yeah.
Because something was made like I never really was into all those like Clerks and stuff, but did you like the second one?
I think there were cool things about the second one. I think it's one of those things when you first saw it, the first Clerks one, when you first saw it and everything's in black and white, it's one of those things that you want to see certain things in color, like because you could imagine certain things, but for the most part, when you see like the C-store in color, it's just like wow,
Yeah.
it changes it for you. But I mean, even with Clerks, the funny thing about that is that everyone has these reasons for like the black and white, but actually it was just because it was cheaper. Like Kevin Smith talked about that, and it's like it's funny how certain things are. He couldn't afford color film, and then it became this cult classic that was like known for it to be in black and white, and it gained so many like followers because of that, because it was different than all this other stuff. But I mean that too was a cult classic that slowly grew. But I mean, a lot of the Jersey films were, I think, really good.
Yeah. So I wasn't really a big fan of those. Like it just probably just didn't really appeal to me.
Yeah.
But I know that a lot of people did, think it was like a cult classic and all that, or it is a cult classic or whatever. But I feel like when something, and then also sometimes when not even just cult classics, but some movies, they may have like the first one may be really good, and it's like just leave it at that, and then they have to keep going. Some movies like they definitely outrun themselves, and I think like Paranormal Activity was definitely
so. Okay, here's the thing about Paranormal Activity. The first one was really good, and it was good because it was just crazy, and like the stuff in it was like just messing with your head, and they did kind of the same thing that Blair Witch did.
I was just about to say, yeah, Blair Witch is kind of like another cult.
As far as like they kept people hidden for a little while to make it seem more real. They didn't really go on the circuit, like the talk show circuit and stuff like that. So
talking about that, I think it was at the MTV Awards. They actually were there.
Yeah. And
people were saying, I don't know who said it. I don't know if me and my brother said it or everybody was saying it, but they were calling them Blair Witch Girl, Blair Witch Guy, or Blair Witch Dude or something like that because we didn't really know their names. But yeah, and I think that was probably
people from Blair Witch or the people from Paranormal Activity.
Blair Witch.
Okay.
Yeah, but I think I don't think that they really made other like that many like you were saying like appearances before that because they wanted you to think that was a true story.
Oh yeah, they were in hiding. Yeah. Like after that movie came out, they were like in hiding.
Yeah.
They were supposed to keep it like hush.
Yeah.
So I mean that's why the website was made because like. You go to the website and you were like thinking it was like real stuff because they made like those fake newspaper things and all that stuff, and you really thought it was real.
Yeah.
So, but I mean, that's the one that started all that found footage stuff, pretty much. I mean, I think there may have been one movie found footage before that,
but it wasn't as major as that.
But it wasn't like that.
Yeah. Like that really made an impact, and people were really like freaked out. And when you think about Blair Witch as a movie, there's not a lot of stuff that really happens, but that last scene, like when the guys like
it's all suspense. Every bit of it's suspense.
They're like the arguments going on and all this other stuff, but there's not really much that happens.
Right.
And so but it was still something that people were just like, what? They couldn't take their eyes off of it. So.
Oh, I loved it.
That was White Knuckle.
That was White Knuckle. But no, I loved it. I thought it was great.
Yeah.
Like it was. For when it came out, it was if you didn't see Blair Witch, you were missing. Yeah. Like that movie was the thing to see.
Yeah.
And I mean, I don't even know what their budget was, but they killed that budget.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
But I mean, as far as like paranormal activity, the difference between Paranormal Activity and Blair Witch is Blair Witch used no like CGI.
That's the thing. Yeah.
Like nothing.
Yeah.
Like everything was just those three people out in the woods.
Yeah.
And then some people trying to scare him, like some of the people on the crew trying to scare him and stuff like
Yeah.
that. But there was no CGI. Whereas like the Paranormal Activity, they utilize CGI like nobody's business and all these effects and everything. I'm sure some were practical.
Yeah.
But they were really trying to push the limit of what your mind could see.
Yeah.
Instead of using your imagination and just being
There's
frightened.
darkness and
right.
like we were talking about, like, you're it's someplace is dark and you start to think that you see like a shape there and really it's probably just like a tree but you start thinking
or
you
maybe
see
nothing.
Or nothing. Yeah. And your eyes are just like, what am I looking at? And you start seeing like an arm or a head and you're like, oh my God, he has a hat on. There's not like really nothing there. So it's like, but you were just using like that imagination, whereas something didn't have to make the imagination for you. Like you're sitting there and I think almost like, did the jump scare become even more after Paranormal? I mean, they had it, but I think jump scares became really like prominent during Paranormal Activity. Like at that point, everyone felt like a horror movie, you had to have jump scares.
I think there were so many movies that started doing it. I don't know if they're the ones that started it.
Yeah.
I mean, Blair Witch had a few scares, but it wasn't like the jump scares.
Yeah.
I feel like their scares were really like properly created.
Yeah. It was more like an eerie feeling.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But like all these other movies, their jump scares was throw something at the screen.
Or a cat.
Yeah, like something loud.
Yeah.
Like everything's so quiet.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden it got really, it got really loud. So that was like the jump scares because you're like on edge and then something loud just startles you.
Yeah.
Those are fake scares.
Yeah.
You're getting startled.
Forced, yeah.
They're very forced.
Yeah.
But I don't know if it started with that, but it may have.
Yeah.
But I mean, there have been lots of other ones that have done it.
Oh yeah.
So it's
That's
probably
true.
too hard to.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm pretty sure we can narrow it down.
Like see which movies have like the worst jump scares and
Oh,
stuff
yeah.
like that. Yeah. So talking about like going back to like the cult classics, I think another one that bothered me was one that I liked was Cloverfield. Mm-hmm. And for the longest, they talked about that there was going to be a sequel because there was the part in when they're on the bridge, and when HUD kind of pans over, there's another guy filming. So for the longest, they were saying they were going to do a second movie, and it was going to be the point of view from that guy. Never happened. And then they came out with that other one, which kind of was supposed to be connected. The one with I know you mentioned this before, but
Which one? There's a couple.
The one that was like in space and something like that, and then there was one with John Goodman, and it didn't do. And it was like they had the interest of the people, but it just failed. Like the fan base just wasn't the same. So I feel like if they would have went off of that would have seemed a little bit more like clever, because you still could have had the
It's one of those things that like I kind of feel that it was in the same universe, but it wasn't the same like situation.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because I don't know what they were trying to explain with the one from space. Really, I only watched it that one time.
Yeah.
And I don't think it really got like to me to really, I guess, concern myself with it.
Yeah.
The John Goodman one, like, I was able to get into that a little bit more, but I felt like there was more of a story to it. But still, the creatures were different, so I don't know how they all connect.
Yeah.
Maybe there's something that shows how they all connect, but I don't know.
Yeah. Well, I mean, if I made a movie, I don't know. It's like, okay, so when you make a movie, do you make it with the intention that you're going to have a sequel, or do you just kind of wait to see what the reception is?
I think that depends on like your story.
Okay.
Like if you know that this version of the story is going to go like past 2 hours, make another one.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like go ahead and plan out multiple movies. And I think what you need to do is you need to film them like in sequence, like just right after another.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah, because if you wait too long, the vibe is gone, and it's just like you have to have the characters and the actors that are still in the movie to be still in that role.
Yeah.
And because if you wait like 3 years trying to come back, it's like you're watching it and you're trying to mimic yourself almost. So I feel like, or just like the feel of it is not going to be,
Because I kind of feel they went that way with like the John Wick. Mm-hmm. Like there's 3 movies, and like in the first, the difference between the first and the third movie, and there's supposedly going to be a 4th one.
Oh wow!
It's all within like a few days.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh wow!
Like even though it's 3 movies, it happens like very quick.
Yeah.
So, and they kind of make mention to it in the movies, but it's very quick. But like, yeah, it's supposed to be like the same week or the same couple days or whatever.
That Halle Berry character, was it Sophia with the 2 dogs?
Mm-hmm.
That was an awesome character. There are not a lot of characters. Like I was kind of paying attention to it when you were watching it, and then when all that happened with the dogs, I was like, that's a pretty awesome character. And
then you looked it up, and she had to train them.
She actually had to train. She had to work with the dogs, and I forget how many dogs. I think there were like 5 dogs that they were kind of like cycling through or whatever. And she actually had to spend time with them, train them, and they wanted the dogs to become so comfortable with her that when in the movie, when she's giving the commands, they're actually listening to her. It wasn't like someone off screen giving the commands; like she was actually giving the commands to the dog. If you haven't seen that scene, like with her and the dogs, like they're kicking some butt. So it's pretty awesome. But yeah,
so it was pretty cool.
Yeah, but I don't know. Yeah,
but that's how I would do it if I was going to do multiple ones. That I would do it like in succession of how it's going to be coming out.
Yeah.
Just because there's so much to tell, but you can't do it in one movie.
Yeah.
So almost like a mini series, you know?
Yeah, because some movies can be too long.
Some movies can be too long.
Yeah. That's
like, if you have constant, like, information coming to you and, like, good dialogue and, like, good action, like, a movie could be 3 hours and you're like, wait, it's over?
Yeah.
But then there's some movies you're just like,
oh
my God, this like movie is only an hour long.
Yeah.
This is too long.
Yeah.
This should be like 15
movies you
minutes.
feel when it's very long.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
But it's all like the one we were just watching. Like, we watched like 30 minutes of it and it didn't get to the action. We were bored out of our minds. I don't know who directed it or who wrote it, but I don't care.
Yeah, I don't care either.
Like, it was really boring.
Yeah. I'm trying to remember. There was a movie we watched recently, and we were like, "Wow, that felt like it was that long." But I mean, I've never really watched the whole Titanic. We talked about that. I've never seen the whole Titanic.
Never watched it at all.
Yeah,
because I don't care. The boat sinks.
And then like Avatar, I think I watched it once, and that was it for me. I was good. I didn't watch it.
I've watched it. I've watched it a couple times, but
start to end.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
But like Avatar also became one of my sleep movies.
Oh.
So
yeah.
Because I got a couple sleep movies.
Yeah.
And if you don't know what a sleep movie is, it's when like you're ready to go to sleep, and it's something that you kind of enjoy, but you know will make you just relax and go to sleep. Because what's my other sleep movie that I used to watch a lot, which I haven't watched lately because it wasn't
the one with Hugh Jackman.
Yeah.
What's the robot fighting?
Real Steel.
Yep. You'd always put that one on.
Like that because it was a relaxing movie to just watch, and like it had action, but it had just like some fun tones, but I would sleep to that.
I have weird sleep movies. Like one of mine is like The Mist, but I always wake up before the end because that weird singing thing. So I don't know why I pick it because I know I'm not going to want to hear that weird like thing at the end. Another one I used to watch was One Fine Day with Michelle Pfeiffer and George Clooney. My brother could probably attest to that, but yeah, I would watch that one a lot.
Speaking of your brother, he sent us a text.
Okay, yeah.
Of like Tron.
Yeah.
Which Tron's one of my favorite movies. Like I have a few favorite movies. Tron, the original Tron.
The original Tron. Yeah.
The original Tron is one of my favorite.
Did you like the other one?
I did like it, but if I had to pick between the two, I'd go with the original.
Okay.
The second one, the only thing that really benefited the second one was just the effects on how everything looked.
Yeah.
But as far as like technology and how things were done, the first one is the best Tron. But now there's gonna be a new one
with.
I don't even want to say his name because he may appear here.
Jared Leto. He's little. He's short, so it's not gonna.
Doesn't matter. He's a weird little creepy cult guy.
Yeah, he is. He thinks he's Jesus. But yeah, with Jared Leto.
I don't understand how this is gonna work, but he's not. I don't know. That doesn't make me want to watch it.
Yeah. I think he probably should stay away from like movies like that, like characters and stuff like that.
He should just stay away from people.
I think he's been on like some like retreat thing for a while though, because people said
on the
he's
island?
like, yeah, I think people said that he's like
on his little cult island.
I think so. I think he's been
with
away
people
for a
or
while.
no people.
I don't know, but I think somebody said that he was on his little island thing on some like, retreat. I don't know. Yeah, but I guess now he's coming back. So since he's gonna be in Tron, So yeah, I don't know.
I wasn't for his music. I wasn't for his movies.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of like what movie I watched with him.
Fight Club.
I don't think I watched it because of him.
Because of him. I was gonna say with him in it. I don't know. Actually,
I can't think of. What movies I
can't
watched.
think of a movie that you would have like watched just because of him. I don't know. I know he's been in movies that you've seen.
Oh no, I know he's
Yeah.
been in movies I've seen, but I'm trying to think of a movie where he was playing a character. And I'm like, okay,
Yeah.
I could deal with that character.
Yeah. I don't know.
See, I don't know either.
Yeah.
I feel like I think there's been at least one,
I mean,
but I can't think.
I know
of,
he
like,
had those
what it
god
is.
awful braids, but what was it in Panic Room? Didn't he have braids in Panic Room?
He did have braids in Panic Room, but still, that
Yeah.
wasn't a movie that.
He wasn't like the lead or something, or like somebody that was drawing you in. So
It's listed as an American actor.
he is American.
No, as an actor.
Oh, well, he's an actor. Oh, he's an actor. Yeah, I don't really know of any movie that, like, I don't know. How many, like, lead role movies has he had?
Oh, he's been in some. Well, he's kind of been in lead roles,
Yeah,
but not really lead
yeah,
roles.
that's what I'm
Like,
saying. Like, he's been supporting.
Suicide Squad, he was kind of a lead role because
But-
Joker was such an
yeah.
important character. But I don't.
Yeah, I don't really know how many lead roles he's been in.
I don't.
Yeah. Oops, sorry, guys. But,
Well, it still says rumored as
Okay.
Tron 3.
well, maybe because he hasn't come back from the retreat yet.
Maybe.
He's still doing his rebirthing from Jesus. I don't know, guys.
Oh, you know
I think
one that I
the-
have not seen that he was a lead role in that everyone talks about?
That weird one when he was the guy that killed the
Mark David Chapman,
Yeah,
Chapter 27. Yeah.
yeah.
Everyone talks about that. But I have not
I think
seen
I've seen
it.
pieces of it. I don't know if
I
I've
haven't
actually
seen
seen it all the way through. I mean, there's a lot of people that like you look through their stuff and it's like, how are they so like whatever when they didn't really have really good roles or like main roles and stuff like that in movies and in shows, but I don't know.
I don't know. I mean, what do you originally? Okay, I think I know what movie I remember him from that I probably first saw him in, but it was a movie that it was a long time ago.
Okay.
But you probably know him from.
My So-Called Life.
Right.
I was gonna say he's Joey
So-
Catalano.
So I didn't watch
Yeah.
that show, but when he was he was Steve Prefontaine in that movie. He was like a runner. Like
Oh.
I remember that.
Yeah.
But I don't know if I saw it because he was in it. I don't
Yeah.
even know who he was. I don't
Yeah.
think there's anything I really was like, oh, I gotta watch it. He's been in a lot of different things though.
He's been
not,
in a lot
not
of
a
things.
lot.
But that's what I was saying. Like
compared to
he's been
some
in a lot
people.
of things, but I couldn't really think of like a lead role that he was.
He's only been in 39 things,
Yeah.
so not as many as I thought.
Yeah. Well.
But I don't know. It doesn't matter.
Yep.
So how would you write your movie?
Oh, we're gonna have to do a whole nother podcast on that.
Oh yeah.
I'm gonna have to think about it, and I don't really want to give away too many like not like movies are being made right now, but you know,
Oh, we're gonna make a movie.
we're gonna make short movies.
We're gonna make full length movies. We're gonna go all out because you're gonna have your screenplay.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I still think you should write a screenplay.
I think I might break my brain. Just thinking about it is making me break my brain. Trying to like relive everything and here's the thing: when you make a movie about your life, do you use the same name? You usually change it, right? Because you don't need someone to sue you, right?
I don't know,
Yeah, I don't know how that works. But what if it's like a street name? Can you use that?
like Pookie,
We know
like
a
Jim
Pookie.
Jim.
I don't know a Jim, but I know we knew a Pookie, but I don't know. Yeah,
Like Fat Slim Scratch.
I knew a Slim.
Was he a Fat Slim Scratch?
Why Scratch?
I don't know.
No, he wasn't Slim, but his name was
Of course.
Slim. No, but yeah, I'm wondering if you use the names or you have to change it because I'm not trying to get sued.
So if it's like Slim, you use Charles.
What? Why Charles?
Because you changed the name.
Oh, but I'm gonna give another name. It's got to be another kind of name. But yeah, I don't know. We shall see. I think everybody says that at some point. They're gonna write a book about their life. They're gonna write make a movie about their life and everything.
I think you should.
I think it's a lot.
Okay.
Yeah.
And
some might have to refer to my brother for some things because I get kind of like not confused about things, but I know like there may be some details that he may remember better than I did, or vice versa, or whatever. So
yeah.
But he's only going to get 10% of the profit. I was kidding. Just kidding. He's got a kid. I'll give him a little bit more. But anyways, we talked about movie stuff.
We did talk about movie stuff.
So
sometimes we talk about movies.
Yeah. Name somebody. We started with the whole name someone that you saw in a movie that was really good, and then all of a sudden they were in another movie, and then you watched it and you were like, why is it so bad? Why is their acting so bad? Like, or vice versa, like you saw something and you're like, or is there an actor that you just don't like any of their movies?
Okay, real quick question. Why is Ben Affleck so bad but Casey Affleck is so good?
Oh my God. Casey Affleck isn't like, okay, I'm not like fanning over Casey Affleck like that because I don't really know him as a person or whatever, but he is actually a really good actor.
Yeah, he's very good.
Yeah, he's a really...
And he directs too.
You know what? We should do something, do like sibling or family member versus family member, and like say who's like a better actor or if they're both just trash. Because I think like James Franco, like was it Dave Franco or James Franco? Like, I think they're equally kind of like... Yeah. But
Casey Affleck, like,
yeah,
I'm not gonna crap on Ben.
Yeah,
he's made some good movies.
Yeah,
some not so good.
Yeah,
but some good.
Yeah, horrible Batman.
But like The Town, I did like The Town.
Yeah,
that's another long kind of movie. Yeah. But I did like The Town. But Casey Affleck, like the movies that he's done, are just they're really good.
Yeah,
I don't know
what it is.
Yeah. But that last one that we saw. I can't remember the name of it, but it was on Amazon, right?
Yeah, with him and his daughter,
right? And
they had to survive.
That is amazing. Yeah, that is a really good movie.
Yeah, we'll try to link it below because I can't think of it.
I don't remember what it's called right in a second, but because it's just fleeting. But that is a really good movie. It is. It's a thriller for sure, suspenseful thriller. Yeah. Like there's not too much action in it, but it is very good.
But it's one of those things where if you put yourself in the position, that's what makes it more intriguing because like you're putting yourself like don't even just think like these characters are in this position. Like what would you do if you were in that position? Yeah. And those are usually the best movies when you could actually say what would I do in this situation? So
absolutely.
Yeah.
We can do a siblings one.
Yeah.
Like sibling versus sibling. Mm-hmm. Yeah, we can do that. So maybe we'll do that for the next one.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Yeah.
Or maybe a couple more. We'll figure something out.
We'll figure it out.
So anyways, guys, hope you enjoyed that episode. Our last episode was the one with the catchphrases. Mm-hmm. And if you didn't catch that one, it was okay. Mm-hmm. We only did like a few that we just found online. But we actually have a game that we're going to do next Saturday for an actual catchphrase game.
Yeah.
And so there's actually rules to it. So it's not just us coming up with the stuff off the top of our heads. So... we're hoping to really break our brains with that one, trying to figure things out.
Yeah, and definitely check out our other games.
Yeah, absolutely. We got some more. We actually have a whole list of games that we got coming up that we're excited to start playing. And we will go back to some other older games once we start getting into some of these stuff like that. But yeah, definitely check out our game night, and it's every Saturday at 8:00. We may randomly play games throughout the week, maybe just random small things, but. For the most part, Saturday night at 8:00 Eastern, we're going to have game night.
On our YouTube channel.
Yeah. Yep, so definitely check it out.
Yeah.
So definitely when you get a chance, hit that subscribe button, hit the bell so you can know about the game nights coming up and everything like that. Give us a thumbs up and share us around. Make sure everyone can see what the cool stuff you're seeing from us. And anything
check us
else?
out on Instagram, Downright Random, and like, comment, share, all that good stuff. And...
that's it.
Yep.
All right, guys. We'll check you later.
Peace.